Hey guys, welcome back to another Command & Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath video commentary. My name is Green Zero, and you're like, Green Zero, it's been a few weeks since I've done anything, no streams, no videos. That's kind of how it's rolling. I try to do my best to bring you some content, but I saw this game on the replay tab and I had a bit of free time, so I'm like, you know what, we'll cast a game, you guys will enjoy it, I know you will. And it looks pretty good. We have two players here, which I really like. So we have Cyberstorm and Figure on Tournament Galaxy. We're going to jump straight into this game and see what happens. So on the right-hand side of Tournament Galaxy, we have Cybercloud, aka Cyberstorm. He's been dealt a GDI faction. This is a random mirror, I believe. And on the left-hand side, we have the one and the only, the Drive, the most evil Russian player of all time, which is actually bonus Rue. But Drive is pretty much up there. He's probably my third favorite Russian right now. He's definitely gone up a few ranks now that Worker Ant has fallen into 4th position. But he's actually, we should be able to see his faction here. So he's going to be Steel Talons because he's only got the AP ammo upgrade. And we can see that Cyberstorm is also Steel Talons. So we have a Steel Talons mirror here on Tournament Galaxy. So this should be pretty interesting. I mean, they're both going to be very powerful, slow-moving factions. And it's going to go, I can already tell you now, it's going to go to the late game because look at it, this map is gigantic. It's absolutely ginormous. So it's going to go to the late game. Steel Talons don't have a lot of fast attack. I mean, they got Pit Orca. That's about all they can do for fast attack until they get like Firehawks up. It's definitely going to come down, and both sides I think are going to come down to armor fights because that's going to be the strongest option, and because it's a mirror, I think that's definitely what they're going to lean towards. It's whoever can do that better, and whoever knows how to play the faction a bit better. Cyberstorm actually going for a buggy scout first, so he's actually going to go across the map and make sure that Drive, who is very sneaky by the way, Drive is one of those players, he'll do anything. He doesn't really play by a manual or anything like that. He'll just make anything up as he goes along. Tends to be pretty aggressive and pretty crazy. And he's actually quite powerful. So he's not like an unleashed crazy, but he's very, very, very powerful. One of those players doesn't die. Cyberstorm also, of course, quite good. What's happening over here? Almost thought that was the Surveyor, but no, it's just the way the terrain is there. Drive is going to come up on the right-hand side. Not fussed at all. I mean, I guess he knows the Steel Talons. It obviously leaves the door open for Orca rushing. Obviously, it's a big map, so it's really just going to be Orcas if there's going to be a rush. Cyberstorm, unfortunately, will lose his scouting pitbull. He stuck around for a little bit too long there, and he pretty much saw nothing. So Drive, obviously, able to take advantage of the fact there. He's actually got 2 pitbulls out, so his 4th Harvester not quite out yet. Meanwhile, Cybercloud, his 4th Harvester is almost there. So look at that. They're actually somewhat even. I think because Drive built 2 pitbulls, whereas Cyberstorm just built 1. His 4th Harvester is out of the War Factory. So same with Drive. They're both expanding. Pretty mirror build here, except for the fact that Drive has 2 pitbulls in the base. He sees the 2nd War Factory. This is the 2nd War Factory before Refinery, which means he's going to try to build a big bunch of pitbulls and maybe probably take the blue Tiberium. He probably feels that Drive is going to want to do that. Drive, unlike Cyberstorm, is leaving the base before the enemy pitbulls are allowed to encircle him, although they are kind of hurting them across to the right side. Or that pitbull there strayed behind a bit. He might want to reverse move because he takes rear armor damage there, and that's going to do a lot of that. He's actually not even going to bother saving these guys here. He's just going to leave them. He will actually kill one of Cyberstorm's pitbulls, so that's okay. That's not too bad. It's basically 2 pitbull for 2 pitbull at this point in time. Drive, on the other hand, will be pumping out of racks, so I think he's going to go for a ref first. He's got Titans and he's got Rockets. Rocket Titan's something we haven't seen for quite some time. It's something I used to do well before I even started playing the other factions. Titan Rocket is just reliable. The pitbulls, of course, are not going to be enjoying that one bit. There's nothing they can do about Titan Rocket. These Titans are just way too heavily armored. They have great range, great damage. They'll pick apart these pitbulls. It's slow and it's expensive, but the pitbulls can't do anything. Meanwhile, Cybercloud now reverting to Harvesters, so he only built a handful of pitbulls. He's actually going to get the flank off. I'm not sure how Drive did not see this. He's actually going to get in his base. He's going to pull back the Harvesters. Yeah, look at that. Cyberstorm was expecting to fire at them, but now he has to he's splitting his fire now as well, so he wasn't able to focus any one particular Harvester. He's going to focus that Harvester now, but will he even get that one? No, he won't actually get that one. He disrupts harvesting. Drive was definitely out of position, but at the end of the day, he doesn't get a Harvester. Those Harvesters need to get back to work because they're just kind of sitting there now, and he's pulling his Harvesters back there. There we go. They're going back to work now, so a little bit of lost mining time, but at least he didn't lose any units. And Cyberstorm needs to do this, by the way, because his ref on his expansion is so late. He hasn't even got it down. There we go. Only just went down now. So you got to remember, Drive is at an economical advantage. He's going for the blue Tiberium. There's actually some missing. Someone must have scored some of that while we weren't looking. because it definitely would have been more grown than that by now. I'm not sure if Cyberstorm has sliced a piece off for himself or whether Drive was able to secure that. Not 100% sure. Titans coming out now as well. Realizing Pitbulls, even though it's a good map for Pitbulls, with Titans coming out, you get this snowball effect where eventually there's going to be an armor fight, and if the other guy's got more armor than you, then you're going to have a disadvantage. And it doesn't matter if you've got a lot of Pitbulls killing Harvesters if there's a lot of armor in your base, because you won't ever be able to kill that. Scouting squad will see what's happening over here. He sees the Titans, he realizes, alright, Cyberstorm is not going for Pitbulls anymore. Actually de-garrisoned to get that scout off as well, to make sure Cyberstorm was not building an airfield. Airfield will be good in this situation, that Harvester unfortunately going back to the main field, but now he's reverting to Pitbulls here. Like, he's a little bit concerned. I'm not sure if he knows there's no airfield. Maybe he wants to go for some harassment of some type. There's still some Pitbulls out, which is good from Cyber, because it means that while these armor fights are taking place, he's still managed to retain a small group of Pitbulls, which can go out and cause some problems for Drive. Drive is now going for an airfield, but as we can see, there's actually nothing being queued at all. This could be, oh no, he's got two of them. And I believe it's going to be double Orca. They're building quite fast, so I think he might be going for a double Orca airfield. This would be great if he'd managed to destroy the Pitbulls, but they're still around. Cyberstorm is going for Wolverine Titan. Actually got quite a lot of Wolverines there. Does he have APM? No, he does not have APM. Wolverine's not particularly powerful without APM, but there's enough of them to clean up the rocks. So look at this triple airfield Orca. Wow, this is going to be devastating if he's able to neutralize the Pitbulls, and I don't think Cyberstorm is caught onto this just yet, but that's what's happening. So Cyberstorm is not aware of this at all. He has no idea there's three airfields here. And look at this, the Pitbulls are now breaking away to engage the other Pitbulls, while the main armoured force is heading straight for Drive's base here. And he's going to launch these Orcas prematurely here. He's going to get them off the deck. He's going to go and he's going to take the Pitbulls are completely separated. Oh my god, this is devastating. He's actually focusing down the Titans as well. He's choosing not to shoot at the Wolverines. He wants to kill all the Titans. The Pitbulls are here now. Oh, there's a bit of overlap, but you know what? At the end of the day, all the Titans are being destroyed. That one Titan by Drive is destroyed as well. He's got some units on the other side of the map, but now he's being camped. I'm not sure where his Pitbulls are, if he's going for a strike around the back. There's too many. He's trying to defend with rockets, but the problem is there's too many Wolverines here, and all the air is being destroyed now. There's Titans over here from Drive, but they're way out of position. He needed them to defend. He's building a Guardian Cannon. He's so desperate. All the Orcas are down. The Pitbulls are back here, but oh my god, even though Cyberstorm got absolutely massacred with the air, he ended up being so close to Drive's base that he was able to destroy it all before the next wave hit him. And these Guardian Cannons are actually, this is something you don't see very often, but these Guardian Cannons are actually able to delay or to hold the ground here. They're actually doing a reasonable amount of damage as well. It's like basically having a Predator tank that you can repair, and of course they have got more health as well. Putting down towers, there's a few Titans over here. I'm not sure if he is going into the field over here. Sorry, I did miss this. I'm not sure if he killed any Harvesters, but there's Titans. Oh, he's crushing Harvesters. Cyberstorm has no units at home. He has no units at all, and Drive is actually getting his one up over here. There's a few Titans, but can he actually hold back the force here? Drive is actually still able to refine, which means he can build reinforcements, targeting down the damaged ones now. Meanwhile, these Titans are moving around, starting to shoot up all these Harvesters. There's two Titans here. There's another Titan there. He should be able to clean that up eventually. What a messy game. This has been a very messy game, targeting down the damaged one, but of course he targets down the damaged Harvester as well. Veteran Titan here. I don't think he's going to get another Harvester, but he's going to try to focus down. He actually didn't finish off that one Titan. He's able to still unload several rounds before going down, which is bad. Drive's Titans have been cleaned up, I believe, and the last Titan will be cleaned up, but both sides just wrecked each other there. They absolutely just thrashed each other. Now, not a lot of economy went down. I think Cyber may have lost 1-2 Harvesters. Drive only lost about 2 Harvesters as well, so they mainly just decimated each other's units in that fight there. That was really tricky because obviously once you get out of position as Steel Talons on this map, you can't get back into position that easily. Drive had forces over here. Cyber's push. If Driver was able to get a second wave of Orcas, if he was able to reload and attack again, he would have been fine, but because he was coming back and landing while the attack was hitting him, they're able to destroy everything on the deck. Will take down one more of these Titans that's out here. Drive managing to get one of his Titans away as well, so good for him. So we're gonna see both sides probably just chilling. Cyberstorm working probably on a refinery. Drive already double ref on the main up here, so he is significantly ahead. If you look at Tiberian Mind as well, Cyberstorm still has half a field here, probably more than half a field, maybe 55% of a field, and Drive doesn't have a lot to show for the extra Tiberium he's refined. I mean, he lost all that aircraft. The air was obviously a big investment because he went triple airfield, and now he's having to redo his tech. So it's going to be a while before either side starts to threaten one another. Cyberstorm going back for the blue tip. He's done this pretty well, by the way, securing the blue tip. Veteran Titan there, so he's had a lot of shots on target, and the Pitbulls will not be able to touch that. He's got to be concerned. Look at this. Yeah, he's going to go back to the double Orca airfield. Maybe the Cyberstorm has been cheesed by it once, and he knows he's decimated that infrastructure, that he might not be thinking he's going to go back for it. But this is Drive. This is our tricky Russian here. And look at that, able to ward back the Pitbulls. Is there just a single rocket squad? There's actually rocket squads inside that bunker as well, or a single squad along with a rifle. He's still producing Wolverines as well, thinking that Drive maybe is going to keep defending with the rocket squads because he saw a few. No tier 2 all game. We're like 10 minutes, we're probably like almost 15 minutes into the game, and there is still not a tier 2 down by Cyberstorm. I think he's producing it now that he's got his eco up and running. He's a very heavy tier 1, so much for the heavy late game armor fight that I was expecting. We are seeing a lot of Titans out though, and of course we have seen Titan fights. They're going to collide here as well in the middle of the map. It's not a very big force. And yeah, both sides disengaged simultaneously, so there you go. Both sides didn't really want a piece of that. Battle marker down here. Oh, there's Orcas here. I'm not sure. What did they do? I'm not sure if they attacked. I think they might have been warded back. Yeah, he's still got lots of ammunition, so he's actually going to turn around and he's going to fire, and he's targeting the Titans as well. There's no double A here, and now he can use his own Titans to herd away Cyberstorm here. Cyberstorm can't fight this. There's way too many Titans here. Drive is just kind of dancing around a little bit, but there's reinforcements here from Cyberstorm. That's quite a lot of Pitbulls, and I think just the sheer numbers will be able to push back these Titans, especially since he's firing at the rear armor. Might have been better for him to stand and fight. He's going to stand and fight here. Now he's going to turn around again, being shot in the back. He's managed to inflict a lot of damage here. A lot of these Wolverines are very low, destroying a lot of the Pitbulls, but he's just going to overrun Drive's units here, and he might be in a bit of trouble. The Orcas now had time to reload, and they're going to have to fire at these Pitbulls, and they will decimate them. There's not enough time for them to destroy the Orcas here, and they will come in, and they will start targeting down the Titans. If they can destroy the Titans, then Drive will be able to defend just fine. Look at that. There's hardly anything left here by Cyberstorm. Battle marker over here. Pitbulls were going in, and I didn't completely miss that. I'm a little bit rusty. We can see some dead harvesters, but at the end of the day, he's going to be able to defend that. Meanwhile, this fight still rages on. A third round of Orcas, or sorry, a third round of rearmament there. And look at this, they actually have hard points. He actually got hard points. I don't know when he got that, but he has actually managed to research that at some stage. It's somewhat expensive, like 2,500 1 minute. I guess it's not too bad, but you got to remember it consumes the airfield's ability to produce Orcas. In 1 minute, you can produce 5 Orcas with change. Not that you can obviously build 5 Orcas on one pad if it's full, but 4 Orcas, 44 seconds. So you can see that using a minute to do that research, it really consumes the airfield's time, and that's one of the big problems. He's going to target that power plant down, forces to sell off. He's going to lose an Orca in the process. Orcas are a little bit expendable. They're not like, obviously you don't want to lose like a ton of them at once, but they are somewhat of an expendable unit. Not like Hammerheads, they're not really expendable. He's going to back off now as well with these Orcas here. He's really going to push with these. That's going to force Cyberstorm to build a lot of Pitbulls, which he is building right now. I'm not sure if he wants to engage the Pitbulls. He's actually going to poke them. He's got to be careful about the overlap though, because Orcas will he gave a stop order, and they are spread out. Oh, he targets. I'm not sure if he targeted that on purpose, but there was a few overlapping, and he just happened to hit those a few times on the ground. He's actually going to herd back with the Orcas, so you can do this if you're very careful. You got to remember that the Pitbulls will die. I think it's only like 3 Orca rockets per Pitbull, and look at that. He's just giving an attack order and just letting them split themselves. And these 2 Titans here, they need to start targeting the Pitbulls and not. These hard points, man, allows these Orcas to just keep going. I mean, they must be running low on ammo. Now they're just going to boost over here, and they're going to try to get a harvester. They will target a harvester. They will get it. There's 3 Titans here now, and they are starting to focus down the Pitbulls. The Pitbulls being forced to shoot at the Titans. Never good, starting to pick these guys off. These Titans are just single filing in. This is actually getting pretty bad. He's going to have to stop. And this is something that Drive does. He's ridiculously, too aggressive. Like at the point now, he's just hemorrhaging. He's not able to really destroy a lot. Are these still single filing? They are. He's still single filing them across, and he's realized that now. All right, that was pretty serious. Get out of there. That one Orca will be destroyed. He's got 3 airfields. He's almost got 3 complete airfields, only missing a single Orca at the moment. And we can see that Cyberstorm is now limited to just Pitbull production. He's actually having to produce harvesters here. He's only got 1, 2. He's got 4, 5, 6, he's got 7 harvesters, some of them are on a dry field. He might need to just re-rally those down to the bottom. Drive is actually moving an MCV across, so things are getting real. Drive, of course, out of Tiberium, so he has to make a play. He can get the blue tip, that'll be fine. And oh no, these pitbulls just walk into this Titan line. That's so bad. You can't really do that. Orca Titan here. And yeah, so no one's built a tech center. I completely obviously have got this wrong. He's actually going to try to focus down the MCV. Does he have enough missiles to actually destroy that there? He has 11 Orcas and he will have enough to destroy it there. Overkilling it a little bit. We'll get a power plant and he's going to go for the well, he's just got so many rockets, doesn't he? Doesn't quite get the comm center though. And he may want to destroy it. There's a heroic pitbull there. Oh man, the thing is, since pitbulls can destroy orcas pretty readily, you tend to get ranked up pitbulls pretty quickly, and he's got a heroic one. That's going to be a problem. Again, Titan's single filing in a little bit, but there's an MCV here, which means he can put a war factory down. And if he has a war factory, the Titans should be somewhat unstoppable. Unfortunately, sending that Titan out in front, yeah, no, he's actually going to go for infantry here, so I mean, this is going to be pretty easy for Cyber to defend with. He can just plant... Oh no, he can't actually plant down towers, can he? Because he does not have... He does not have an MCV, so spamming rocket squads may be good, but you can see here Wolverine's coming out. Doesn't have APMO, but there's no upgrades for the Steel Talons infantry here. The Titans, unfortunately, unable to build up in force, and they're actually being shot down now. You can see on the radar the Orca swarms are on their way back. 12 Orcas locked and loaded, ready to go. And unfortunately, Drive is not able to he's not able to build up. He's not able to just build his forces up here. He's unfortunately being a little bit too aggressive and he's hemorrhaging forces. The Orcas are here and they will start to target these units and they spread out pretty well here. I'm not sure what's happening here. We can barely see. All those Orcas are all lined up. Oh, guys, to be careful. Oh, the heroic Orca will go down. Sorry, the heroic Pitbull will go down. And that was costly for both sides. He lost, well, he's actually going to lose all but 2, so he lost 10 Orcas, but he decimates Cyberstorm's ability to wage war here, I guess. These Titans may be able to finish this off. The Titan getting into the area here, he needs to keep his Titans behind buildings a bit more, because right now he's fighting the Pitbulls in the open, and it would be a lot better if he didn't do that. That harvest actually being repaired by the war factory. He's actually moving backwards and forwards in front of that, and unfortunately, yeah, Drive is just separating his Titans off and allowing Cyber to pick them off. And this single file is actually really getting to me now. I don't know what this is something that I see him do as well. It's just like it's all or nothing for Drive, and the single file is what is keeping Cyberstorm alive right now. Just by, yeah, single filing these units in. He's actually sent some harvests. He forgot to get them to harvest. Not rebuilding the Orcas. I guess he's a little bit short on cash. He's only got 3 of them now. Sold 2 of the airfields, and now his MCV is under attack. These 2 Orcas with hard points will be able to decimate the harvesters here. Could target this damaged one as well. He's not paying attention though. Again, more Titans just being hemorrhaged up here, just allowing Cyberstorm to stay in the game. More Orcas though, and yeah, they're doing a lot of damage now. Cyberstorm is quite low. Look at that, even pulling that Orca to the bottom a bit there, and that will... Oh no, it stops. Unfortunately, it stopped. He's actually gonna... He could still get away because Cyber's not paying attention, but that's not going to be the case. There's 3 Titans here. He may be able to turn around and fight this. You got to remember, when he's running away, that's rear armor. There's now 3 Titans. He just can't quite build up the Titans. If he had 5 Titans, he could just walk forward and these Pitbulls would have to run. Even now, these guys have to run. There's a beacon over here. Oh, Drive actually just captured the war factory there. He's taken down one of the war... Did he sell his MCV to do that? I think he sold his MCV to do that. Cyberstorm not paying attention. He's trying to destroy the war factory that's here because he doesn't want Titans to come out. And I'm not sure where those Orcas are going. They're actually going to target Pitbulls, which might not be the greatest idea. He's got an elite Orca just popping these Pitbulls, and Cyberstorm can't actually replace. He's actually having trouble replacing it. He's down to 3 Pitbulls, and now his Harvester line, these Titans, may finally be able to overrun this area. He's going to try to target this Harvester down, and which is a good idea. There's a Titan out from Cyberstorm trying to get that Harvester. Is that his last Harvester? No, there's Harvesters over here, but there's Pitbulls coming in. That Harvester is full of health. He should be able to clean up that Harvester there, but he definitely wants to get rid of that one. He's going to be down to just 2 Harvesters. He's now down to 2 Harvesters. Pitbulls are coming in. They're actually going to focus the Harvester. And yeah, there's a big swarm of Pitbulls here now, and you can see that Cyberstorm's staying back by his buildings. Actually, these guys are fighting in the open, but as you can see, he's actually able to push these guys back somewhat. I think he should fight a bit closer to his war factory. Yeah, he's backing off now. 2 of the Titans did actually make it through the base, and they will force the sell on that power plant. You've got to remember, every structure that is sold from Cyberstorm is irreplaceable at the moment, and I don't know why he's attacking the refinery. He should just attack the power plant. That would be a much better target right now. And this last Titan is actually going to try to focus down. Just needs one more shot, so he should be able to get that. If he was able to target that power plant, then Cyber would have no power plants remaining. Targeting the refinery, I guess that prevents... I mean, he's still got a refinery. As long as he has one refinery, it doesn't really matter. And Drive has basically sold everything he has. He has 2 war factories here now. He could be mining this from long range, but I am missing the fight here. I do apologise. Might want to dig some foxholes, although probably not that necessary. He's actually going to target down the war factory, and if the war factory goes down, that is going to be the end of the game. He needs to destroy this right now, but look at this. Cyberstorm is coming forward. He's going to be able to save this. It's going to be so close, and he decimates Drive. He decimates him. The war factory is so low. The rifleman squads are trying to focus it down, but the repair tool, the repair tool's not quite countering it. Oh, it's so close. It got to a slither of health. And Drive has to back off now, but what can Cyber do? He has one... He's got 3 veteran Titans. Look at that. He's got 1 harvester, 2 harvesters. What does Drive have, though? Drive's got a few harvesters. All this whole time, he could have sent harvesters to long-range mine. I'm not sure what he's going to be able to do. He has a few pit bulls. Cyber, of course, also doesn't have a lot at his disposal here. These 3 Titans are able to defend the war factory. He's got to spend a lot of money to repair that, of course. At this point in time, I'm not sure what to suggest from these players. He's keeping a refinery up here. He's got lots of harvesters, but there's just not enough Tiberium to go around. Spike is destroyed, which means Drive holds a spike here. And once again, my prediction of Mammoth tanks or Behemoths or something like that has not come true. In fact, the Cyberstorm he built his tier 2, I think, once, and I don't think he did anything with it. I think he just built it and then he backed off this harvester. I'm not sure what Drive is doing with this harvester over here. I think he's realized now maybe I should destroy this power plant. If he could destroy the power plant, that would be huge. I'm not sure why he's engaging here. This is a terrible idea. Oh my god, this is a catastrophic idea. He won't even get the Titan. Oh, he just gave away all of his pit bulls. He destroyed absolutely nothing of Cyberstorms. I don't know what Drive was thinking there. There was no... Even if he killed the Titan, he just traded his entire army for... It would have been for 1 Titan. He didn't even get it. Yeah, this power plant here should have been destroyed quite some time ago. Scouts over here, but Drive, unfortunately, Drive is just not making the late game decisions, and I'm being very critical of him because he really should be making the proper decisions. I think his policy, I guess, of how he plays the game is just true and true. It's he does it all the way till he dies, I guess. I mean, yeah, he could fill these harvesters up with rocket squads, but of course he doesn't have a barracks and he can't actually produce one either because he doesn't have an MCV. This will be interesting to see what Cyber going to do. He's going to camp his war factory with the Titans, which is a good idea. The few pit bulls he has are actually going out just to see what Drive has got. And he's going to find these forces here. Every unit counts right now, so destroying that pit bull is important. And we have rifles, no rifles. So 4 of these 5 harvesters have rifles. And you know what? He could just go to this field, load up. That would be what, like 5,000, 6,000. That would be $7.5 grand. He could take. These harvesters can hold $7,500 if he was to go and to take that. If my math is correct, sorry. If he was to go and just load up on Tib, and you know, that's 10 pit bulls with change. So, but he's not going to do that. He's going to try to fight Titans with harvesters. Oh, look at that. Gets a nice volley off there. They are drawing for... Oh, he's got an elite Titan. Oh, no, he needs to back off. He's doing the same thing he did last time. He might be able to get 1 Titan. He is going to get 1 Titan, but this is not going to work. He's going to have to back off. He needs to get out of the range of the Titans. The Riflemen may gradually be able to work away at the pit bulls, which they will be doing. Does he have a rocket squad in there? No, I don't believe he does. I think he still has a rocket squad in the top bunker, although he may have de-garrisoned it. I can see on the radar that it is bare. Oh jeez, it's so tight, and Cyber's actually pushed away from his war factory, right? There's nothing there to defend it, but you know what? He's got 2 elite Titans. How is Drive? How is he supposed to counter this? All he's doing is just selling more of his base, which he doesn't have. And this is not going to work. Cyberstorm should just be able to build up now. I mean, obviously he's having trouble building up because there's no Tiberium. He's very slowly refining, still trying to repair the war factory to full health. It's taken a very long time to get that repaired, just because of obviously the lack of funds.
I'm not sure what drive. I mean, he's got a big bunch of pit bulls. It looks like he might actually be able to get these Titans. He's going to turn around and fight the undamaged one, and it's got so much armor as well. You got to remember, once they hit elite, their armor goes through the roof. I think it's like it's not quite double. He's actually going to be able to destroy one. Oh, is he going to be able to destroy that one? He needs to be able to destroy it. He will get it, but this Titan here, if this goes heroic, that's GG. I mean, it's almost GG now. He just lost his whole army again. And you can see here, Cyber is going to turn around. Yeah, the Titan is quite wounded. You can see it's limping there. They actually start limping pretty quickly. He's not even at half health. He's already limping. It does not slow their speed down, but once they get to heavy damage mode, it will. Not sure what the foxhole is for. Maybe some attempt to try to destroy this power plant. Even destroying the power plant now, it's not going to do too much because Cyberstorm doesn't have any money. And it's going to take a while to produce things anyway. Oh my god, he just got a heroic Titan. He's got a heroic... That's not stoppable. That's not stoppable at this point in time. Not unless he makes a huge error. He's trying to build his own Titans, but you know what? That's not going to work. And you think that the units he needs to win, he'd need an MCV, but of course that's 35 seconds and a lot of money to get that back. Cyber has an MCV out now. He's got an MCV, which is catastrophic for Dry. He's just going to get some blue tib, which is really the only thing he's got going for him right now. Not sure where these Titans are going. They're going up the top. They're going to get spotted, so yeah, Cyberstorm's going to know that they're there. But this is a huge problem now that he's got an MCV. He's going to go down. He absolutely cannot let Cyberstorm start to refine on this field. He has literally, I mean, it's 30 seconds for a refinery if he's got the money, and then of course it takes time to recuperate the cost of that economic spend. But the only thing that Drive can really hope for at the moment is to use his pit bulls to destroy Cyberstorm's harvesters. If he's able to destroy the harvesters, then he can completely cut off all the economy from Cyber. That's really the only way he can win. He's not really going to be able to take out this heroic Titan, because let's face it, if the Titan's going to have other units, if he tries to focus it, it's not going to be cost effective. The Titan is always going to be with these other units here. This is all Cyber has actually. That MC was quite an investment, so he's got a chance. He's got quite a big bunch of pit bulls here. He's streaming some more reinforcements across, but you know what, Cyberstorm, I think he's getting ready to get behind his structures here. This could be the final fight in the game, and the Titan is in great position. It can't be fired on. It's going to sit back behind here, and he's having a tough time. One Titan is down already from Drive. One Titan from Cyber that came out of the War Factory has been destroyed. But the second Titan will go down. He may be able to trade with the pit bulls, but this heroic Titan is just capping off round after round after round. And he's going to have to back off here. That heroic Titan, he kills all the enemy pit bulls, but the heroic Titan is just completely unscathed. You've got to remember that it's getting repairs from the War Factory, and it's self-healing. So he kills all the pit bulls now. This is the thing that he needs to do. He needs to kill the harvesters if he wants to win the game. If he kills the harvesters again, he completely cut off his economy. He's going to target the harvester that's in the refinery, which he kind of should be targeting first because he doesn't want that tib. The tib is getting refined. Every dollar that is coming in is bad. He's going to get it, but it almost dumped its entire tank in there. And there's only 5 pit bulls left, and the Titan is here now. The Titan can camp out this area, and it will start to snowball. Drive still not going back for an MCV. He's just not doing it. I mean, it's too late anyway. He'd have to get across the map to get this Tiberium. Now, he did kill one harvester. Cyberstorm has 2 harvesters up here. He's going to pull them down to the bottom of the map here, and you know what? I think he's just going to use 3 harvester, 1 ref here, and he's just going to produce pit bulls. No, he's actually built another harvester. There's no defense up here, so he should be able to get another harvester here, and this harvester is full of Tiberium. You got to remember, not only is he not going to be able to refine that, and he's going to lose a harvester, that's $1,500 worth of Tiberium. It's only going to drop about 100 or 200 bucks worth of Tiberium, so that's just denying him economy. The pit bulls, I'm not sure they're split up. He almost gets the second one. It might just be worth suiciding for that, I think. He's going to take this power plant out, which is a real pain for Cyber because he has absolutely 0 power plants now. He's going to try to build out, what do you call it? He's going to completely square off this Titan, which is great. But I'm not sure going for the War Factory. It's not a good idea, I think, because look at this. He's going to go for infantry now, and that means Drive is going to have to start building Wolverines, which is something he doesn't want to build. He is going to be able to focus down the War Factory, though, which is good. Nothing is being produced, and look at that, just a complete sell-off here. I'm assuming he's got a power plant back up, and now the rocket squads are starting to be spammed, and they're very cheap, very cost effective, and they're going to be great in this situation. You're going to try to target the MCV. It's not going to work. He should just come around, destroy the barracks, I think. The heroic Titan is here. He's got a lot of... to Drive's credit, he's managed to rebuild quite a large force of these pit bulls here.
And but yeah, you can see here, he's just like, well, I'm just going to build rocket squads. And this game here, I can't believe how long this game has gone for without seeing a single shred of tech. The only tier 2 unit we've seen is the Orca. and that's it. I mean, Cyberstorm held his tier 2 for a very brief moment and just then never had it again. And Drive, of course, only produced his for the aircraft, which those days are long gone now. And look at this, he's starting to bunker up into this corner here. And this Hero Titan is the only thing that has kept him in the game. And now he's getting repairs on this damaged harvester, so that's not going to be a quick and easy snipe anymore. He's going to come around here, but yeah, look at this. There's every shot this infantry take, or every round, or every rocket they fire is just irreplaceable damage here for Drive. The Wolverines are now coming out. He's got 5 of them. They're all split up. He does hold the spike. He's trying to regroup. I think what he's going to do is he's going to use his pit bulls to draw the army and the military up here, and then these Wolverines and these pit bulls will go into the bottom of the map. But you can see Cyberstorm is just split. He's splitting himself up now, so he obviously is aware that something is happening. He could hug the very edge of the map and come around. It risks him getting ensnared. Second Titan now that's bad trouble for him, or bad news for him. Drive managing to pick apart the blue tib, and he's actually going for long range harvesting over here. But I can't wait to see the pincer move. Look at this. Oh, there's 2 rocket squads inside this building. That's just problematic, and they're going to pick off these units, and he's going to move in here as well. He's actually trying to focus down the refinery. Are you serious? Actually, this is actually quite intelligent. He might just have to go for it. He's committed. He cannot back out. He's wasting shots on other structures. And there's an engineer here. Oh, the engineer is not going to be able to make it. But a lot of pit bulls are being destroyed. Does he have enough money? That's the question to reproduce this. Oh, he should. Oh, no, he's not going to have. He's going to have to sell a power plant. And he's got an, look at that, invisible MCV. So how's that for a good replay file? So he's going to get one down, but just. Figure, look at that. Figure can't see apparently any of his structures, so that's obviously a glitch in the replay there, so I haven't seen that one before. He's going to come in. There's still some peoples on the other side, but he's managed to rebuild the refinery, and that's bad. I mean, there's even killing the harvesters. There's 4 harvesters here, which means he's oversaturated on harvesters for 1 ref. You can only have 3 harvesters per ref. Otherwise, they're just going to be lining up all day and all night. So it's not going to slow down the economy by killing just 1 harvester. A lot of Wolverines here, no AP ammo, which is really unusual to see this many Wolverines. He could very easily overrun everything except for the Titans, which are a problem. Before the War Factory was sold off, he managed to produce 2 more of them. I don't see much luck for these Wolverines being able to destroy a Titan without AP ammo. They'll probably be able to kill 1 of them, but it'll take a while, and they'll probably lose too many in the process. Oh no, there's 2 ref here now. There is 2 ref here. And I've called this game quite a few times, but Drive still looking for the killer blow here. I mean, he does have him boxed into a corner, but Cyberstorm is playing the ultimate game of keep away right now. There's Wolverines coming in here. He needs to pop this building. This building's a problem. War Factory is down now. These infantry units will be destroyed, so he's able to thin the infantry out. The Titans are trying to respond. They're a bit far away, and those rocket squads are all dead, but they stalled and they caused a lot of damage in the process. Wolverines are backing off. The Heroic Titan here just causing more problems. The pit bulls just really can't do it. There's 4 Titans here now. It's starting to become too much of an issue here for Drive to be able to push into this base with double ref as well. We still have 5. We've got 5 harvesters here, 2 ref, and the production now is starting to ramp up. So he's managed to do it. I think the MCV under attack, but it is such a beefy structure that I really don't think he has anything to worry about. He's not going to be able to destroy that before the Titans can respond. The Heroic Titan is here. These guys have no choice but to run. He should, no, not quite going to get that Wolverine on the way out. A few units over here. They'll get a power plant, but I mean, that's it. I think Drive may have to call it here because, yeah, with 5 harvesters, 2 ref, and now with enough forces to really defend out anything that Drive have. If Drive was to pull all of his forces together, it still would not be enough, no matter how good the engagement would be. He's falling back to base to get repairs because, I mean, literally, if he goes in, all these units will die almost immediately anyway. It's got a few units up here. The 2 damaged ones will be falling back to base, but there's such a big map. By the time they run across, repair, and come back, I mean, Cyberstorm is really crazy. He's got a 3rd refinery now. This is just insulting at this point in time. He needs to put down like a 2nd war factory or even a barracks and just send a force across the map and just close the deal on Drive.
Drive, of course, has actually got some Tiberium here, so his harvesters were probably long-range refining. We actually just stopped a scout there getting through, so that's good from Cyberstorm, trying to get a scout. Another scout trying to get through as well. Actually, not sure if he was just there by chance. He's going to spot what's happening over here. There's some Wolverines coming down the side, but there's Titans already here. The Heroic Titan is here, and they'll just be fodder. He'll just destroy. Look at that, 3 shots. It takes just 3 rounds to destroy those Wolverines. That Titan, of course, paying dividends. Of course, yeah, like I said before, Drive was long-range mining from this for quite some time, so his main field is regrown, enabling him to really reproduce some serious units here. And to his credit, I mean, he's managed to build up another large army, but is he really going to be able to contest with what Cyberstorm is producing, who, of course, he's pumping out a lot of Titans, he's pumping out his own Pitbulls. I don't think there's much to worry about. And he's in a very heavily defended area. Another refinery comes down. Drive is going to seal this infrastructure, and he's going to be like, whoa, crap, I'm in deep trouble now. Trying to go for the MCV, probably not a good idea. Not going to really be able to destroy that with Pitbulls, not unless he has like a mortar upgrade. But again, no tech coming out here. He's actually got an MCV, so he's finally decided, you know what, I need an MCV. I think maybe he's going to head up to the top field and produce a base there. I mean, Drive can buy time. He can certainly buy time, but Cyberstorm might want to give the order to harvest these small pieces of Tiberium, because due to the patch they won't do that to prevent glitching, but you can manually order them to harvest them as well to get everything out of it. Harvester's coming back with full loads, so Drive... Whoa, geez, okay, so apparently he wants 2 MCVs, so I'm not 100% sure why he got a second MCV. Maybe that was I'm going to have to go with that being a misclick, because he really can't afford to produce off of 2. I mean, even 1 is a big ask. He's got a lot of Pitbulls, but look at this. Cyberstorm's got the same amount of Pitbulls as him. I don't think it's going to be able to change much. He put down a tier 2. I'm not sure what the tier 2 is for. I'm not sure if he's going to try to go for AP ammo. If he gets AP ammo with the Wolverines, that's actually a pretty good engagement. He just definitely is destroying a lot more units with the help of the Wolverines, because even without AP ammo, of course, Pitbulls don't have a lot of health. But you know what? With these trades, Cyberstorm can replace his losses. He is coming out second best in these engagements. Drive is actually doing a lot more damage, or probably maybe about 20% more damage than what he's taking. But again, Cyberstorm can replace these losses. He's going to be perfectly fine to replace those. A few rocket squads coming around. They're going to try to take the far bunker, and then he's probably going to send an engineer down there as well at some stage. This could even be the engineer right now. Yeah, we go, realizing that that spike has obviously generated an insurmountable amount of money. Like probably over $20,000 at least. This game's been on for quite some time. He's going to go for a tier 2 airfield now. He does have hard points. He's going to be investing into this. Maybe he's going to use this MCV as a decoy. Will pick up some blue tip, but is forced back. He might want to turn around. I think he can take it. Actually, a lot of Pitbulls there. I'm not again, there's so many Pitbulls at the Orchids. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so apparently Jive's like, nah, I've got enough money and time for a tech center. He's going to go for the mortar upgrade. And it's something he probably needed about 15 minutes ago, but the mortar upgrade nonetheless will allow his Pitbulls to really outclass Cybers, because with the splash, even though it's grenade damage, Pitbulls don't have a lot of health. There's a lot of grenades. He's almost got it. He's going to wait until he has it, I think, before he engages. It's a very fast upgrade, just 30 seconds. It's going to complete momentarily, and it's completed now. And here come the mortars, and you can see they're doing a lot of damage. The Orcas have actually split to the top. They will be doing some damage firing at the Heroic one. This is actually a pretty big engagement. I'm actually surprised at all the shooting which is going on. Probably should have zoomed in a little bit sooner, but I didn't think Cyberstorm would stick around for that. That Harvester in the middle of it, just trying to pick up some free tib here. And the Pitbulls now, he will destroy that Harvester. The Wolverines now taking a lot of damage. They still don't have AP ammo. Titan's going down. Did we lose the Heroic Titan? No, it is right there. He's going to try to focus it, but while he's focusing it, of course, the entire army is now just firing at him. And if he doesn't get it, see you later, GG. Oh my God, it was 1 hit away. It was 1 rocket volley away. There's a behemoth. Why has he got a behemoth? That's probably the most useless thing he could build right now. And that's it. Drive has been broken. He could have built a mammoth tank, to be honest. That would have been good, because it would have taken forever for the Pitbulls to kill that. But no, he sells that off. Right now, having a ton of Pitbulls with 1 mammoth tank in the middle, the mammoth tank will just be your meat. And of course, every time the mammoth shoots, it will just instantly kill one of these units. But Drive is going to continue to fight, because, he's Russian and that's what they do. I guess he kind of has outlasted the big splash of cash that Cyber has, but he's still got so many scattered forces at home that, you know what, I think he's going to be able to just regroup again and drive. Look at this, even trying to move forward to take the blue Tiberium. Oh, he's got so few forces left though. The mortar, of course, coming in handy here to cause a lot of damage. Rocket squads as well. He doesn't have, Cyber doesn't have his own mortar, so he won't be able to really kill the infantry. He's going to have to build not Wolverines to do that. He doesn't quite get that harvester, which is a bit of a problem. It's almost full of blue tib. Probably about 80% of its tank is loaded with that juicy blue, and he's going to try to back out of there very slowly. Drive may want to pursue that, but no, he's not going to pursue that. It actually stops. Yeah, he needs to get that out of there. A lot of money inside that, because remember, I think a blue load is like 2,800 tib, and yeah, he doesn't have a full tank, but still at least $2,000 he's got in that inside of that that harvester. Of course, as we know, this has been captured. No rifleman squads, which means this engineer is going to be able to walk up unless the splash damage is real. He's not going to be able to do much about that. The splash damage is not real enough. And now he's just going to, or he's actually force firing. He's actually going to fire at the spike itself. So just deciding he's going to destroy that. Cyberstorm has now moved to the top. This is actually an exhausting game. This is actually a really long game. So I wasn't expecting such a long duration. Infantry up here, but of course towers can now be produced. He hasn't got any towers or anything queued. He's just realized now that he's going to be under attack from infantry. Could dig a few foxholes. Pitbull's responding, which is not the best idea in the world because he's going to lose some pitbulls here. He can't really do anything about them. There are Wolverines here now, and the Wolverines will be able to do some damage here. Still no way. This is just weird how many Wolverines we've seen produced. I think both sides have produced at least 40 or 50 Wolverines each, and nobody has the AP ammo upgrade. No tier 2 by Drive. He sold his MCV again. Cyberstorm, has he got tier 2? He doesn't have tier 2. He's just like, I don't need tier 2. This is insane. Once again, we see Drive in a somewhat awkward position here as Cyberstorm. I think we're going to see the first attack on Drive's base in like 20 minutes from Cyberstorm, who spent a lot of the time defending, holding back the endless onslaught by Drive. Drive just so aggressive and so scary. Digs a few foxholes, will be able to put... That's actually a nice defensive line. You don't see stuff like that happen too often. Just in time, has rockets inside there. The pitbulls are in a perfect position as well. Reverse move bug is going to cost him a few of these pitbulls, and he's going to back off. He's going to try to get the grenades to fire. Of course, you want to give these guys an attack move to get the grenades to fire and get the splash damage down. There's so few pitbulls though, and of course the grenades, the mortars, are not accurate. They just fire all over the place in like a circular motion, so there's no guarantee you'll hit them anyway. You see they're just going all over the place. He will be able to push this force back. These two Titans will help him do that, and the pitbulls should be able to seal the rest of it, scaring these forces away. So Cyberstorm repelled again. He has been repelled again. This is not how Steel Talon Mirrors is supposed to go, by the way. We're supposed to see a lot of Mammoth tanks, Firehawks. You're supposed to see like Space Command Uplink and Behemoth and stuff like that. This is pretty crazy. The fact that both sides have just refused to do any type of teching. I mean, Drive, of course, does have Pitbull mortar now, so he has gone to the tier 3 just briefly. And that one random Behemoth, I'm not sure what he was trying to do with that, whether they thought he was going to be able to push or something, but yeah, it would have been better to spend that money on a Mammoth tank. I would have definitely pumped out that single Mammoth tank and try to work the veterancy, because there's not a lot that that's going to be able to kill a Mammoth tank. So Cyber is now out of Tiberium, and look at this. Drive is the one with a reasonable amount of Tiberium on his fields. The spike, of course, was destroyed, so no more endless tib from both sides. Blue tib is pretty shallow right now as well. Neither side able to really get on top of that. People's now moving to the north. We'll have to see what he has planned for this next attack. But yeah, it's a very interesting game. I mean, you guys probably watching this and are like, what the hell, how did we get this far in the game? Whoa, geez, I'm not sure what my mouse decided to do then, but it just jumped all over the place. But I mean, this is the type of map that Technique has made. And of course, it's made for Bike Buggy, but of course, we don't have a nod faction in the game, so both sides really unsure on how to finish each other off. That Harvester is pretty much history, but it doesn't really matter because, I mean, it's probably got so many more Harvesters and there's no Tiberium left anyway. You generally want to keep your pitbulls moving when you're shooting at harvesters like that. You don't want them to shoot the grenades off because you'll splash your own dudes. The grenade does do friendly fire, so you just got to be aware of that. You don't want to fire it and run into it or anything like that, so just got to be careful. Oh my god. Oh.
Whoa, jeez. I was not expecting such a long game. AP ammo is done, by the way. We have AP ammo from the side of Cyberstorm. So he's like, you know what? I should probably have this by now. Another harvest there will be destroyed. Pitbull mortars coming down. A few of them land their shots. We'll take out that Titan. Veteran Titan there. Nice work. He must have lost the Heroic Titan. Did I miss the loss of the Heroic Titan? No, it's there. It's still alive. And there's hammerheads here. They have AP ammo. And you know what? Unless these Pitbulls can focus them down, there's not enough Pitbulls. He could overrun them, I think. And yet, Driver's realised he's going to have to fall back. Shooting at the Heroic Titan is a waste of time. A whole volley did about 20% of its damage. So, and hanging around here, and there's an Elite Titan there as well. Oh my god, he's got an Elite one. And there's a Veteran, Elite, and Heroic. So there you go, all three stages of the Titan life cycle. And these Hammerheads are going to be a problem. He's probably going to continue to produce those. Yes, he is. Now, against a small amount of pits, you can just shred them. But if there's too many pits, of course, you don't want to touch that because that'll be bad. Building rocket squads now is a bit iffy as well. I mean, the rocket squads are so slow, the hammerheads will just not engage them unless they're by themselves. Hammerheads, of course, a little bit more of investment. Oh, wow, oh my god. But Drive is somehow still alive, and Cyberstorm, as much as Cyberstorm was holding on for dear life and Drive couldn't kill him, Cyberstorm is now facing the same. I think it's a logistical issue of getting your units to the other side of the map, fighting and maintaining that. The home ground advantage is just so great. You've got buildings, base defenses, and repairs and immediate reinforcements. You just need so much to overwhelm. Good volley. There's another one of those guys, and he's probably going to be able to secure a Titan. Oh, it's the Heroic Titan. No, he's not going to be able to secure that. He comes in with the Hammerheads, but yeah, just loses another one. This is good here for Drive, trying to pick these guys off slowly. A lot of dead Pitbull Huss, and he's choosing to engage again, and finally, whoa, he's down. He is down, finally. And 46.5 minutes. It has been so long since I've seen the game timer see that. I mean, 30-minute game, yeah, they come up every now and then, but for 46 minutes, that was exhausting. I bet that was exhausting to play, and it was exhausting to watch. It was just such, both sides just completely overstretching again and again, just the desperation of those attacks, and just struggling to build up forces because they were so aggressive, or Drive just refusing to let things sit. He just always initiates attacks, always wants something to happen. Drive got more money, 304,000. Look at that. He got more Tiberium, $300,000 each. I mean, look at that. It's only separated by $3,000 basically, or $4,000. There's only $4,000 separating these guys, and for most of the part of it, there was a bigger gap than we thought was possible. Look how many fights there were. Here's your regular game fights, and then we enter the late game, and then we enter the stupid late game about here, and look at that. It's so up, and I've never seen graphs as crazy as that. That's just insane. Structures, there's obviously an issue with the structures graph when it says 0. That's obviously not the case, but the structures graph has always been trolling people, so we can't really look at it too much. Pitbull, of course, is the favorite unit. 357 units lost, 332 created. Cyberstorm 296, 299 lost. Structures sold, or structures created, so 44 to 49. Most of the stats are pretty even. They're actually in favor of Drive here. We could sit and talk about these stats all day, but oh my god, I need a break. I'm going to get lunch. I'm so hungry as well. So I hope you enjoyed that video. Do my best to bring some streams, do my best to bring some videos. I'll catch you all in the next fight.